What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 291 of the Cheesy Controller Podcast. I'm your host, Anton LeBlatt. Joining me, as always, we have the Mecha Stardew Valley, Chris Montalbano.
We got Samurai Jack.
And we got the Ray Trace Durag, Madrid Devon.
We impacting these nins.
We got a jam-packed episode for you guys this week. We're going to be going over a lot of the EVO 2024 news. So we're going to be talking about Marvel vs. Capcom, SNK vs. Capcom, Grand Blue Fantasy, Guilty Gear, Street Fighter, Tekken, all that, Under Night, all that good stuff. So stick around.
Yu-Gi-Oh is actually his puzzle. Like 1000%, his puzzle manipulates probability, and the more they believe, the stronger the puzzle is.
Yeah, it's a Tim.
So
Tim's power is literally, I need a card right now to save my ass, and then he gets that card.
Yep. That's why you would always hear the music and you see the puzzle glowing. It's like, all right, let's change it to what do you need?
Mm-hmm. I love Yu-Gi-Oh.
Have you read the manga?
No, I heard it's
Chris,
great.
Oh, man.
Chris,
I heard it's great.
sit down and go through the gauntlet of reading the Yu-Gi-Oh manga. Just
Okay.
know, the first one that you read, there is going to be little. I'm not going to say no. It's just going to be a minimum amount of dual monsters. Minimum, just a little teeny bitsy baby amount.
Is it about bullying? Because I remember the first episode. It's about bullying.
Like the manga, the
oh,
anime, the games, it's all different canon.
Yeah.
Kind of,
Yeah.
sort of.
Kind of, sort of.
Kind of, sort of.
I remember reading the manga occasionally in Shonen Jump. Like,
I would say the anime, like, at least for Yu-Gi-Oh, like the first one with Yugi the Pharaoh and his friends, that's pretty close to the. It's not super close to the manga, but it's close enough. Video games just pull lore from both of those and then creates its own as well, just depending on whatever you need. So, it's a Konami product. They're like, hey, fuck it, we cranking them bitches out.
I mean, what was it? The PS1 version, Forbidden Memories, literally had like a civil war that caused Yami or Atem to go to the future. Forbidden Memories was crazy.
I mean,
It was also not Yu-Gi-Oh, but it was crazy.
oh yeah. That's because the Yu-Gi-Oh card game hadn't really been.
It hadn't made it to.
They hadn't really gotten the rules down yet.
It literally wasn't out yet, and then they made the game, and it was like, all right, I'm here for it.
Like, here's what we're thinking about doing for it, because we can't use what's in the manga because these niggas fucking, or the anime, because they just make some shit up as they're playing.
Right.
And people want to call Yuki a cheater. I'm like, no, he's not cheating.
I mean,
that was the rules they had. Anything fucking goes.
Right.
Is Pegasus a cheater? I mean, technically.
All right, he's literally looking at your hand.
Yeah, but like, if you
he's using cards that haven't been printed out yet and put into circulation.
Also, he used Toon World as a way to like hide his monsters, and that's not how Toon World works.
It was.
Not in the card game.
Until they made the card, it was like, oh, we can't do this.
Oh, you can't do that.
This wouldn't be fun.
How do you
This
win?
wouldn't be fun. You don't.
You just don't. Unless you're Yami Yugi or Atem.
So I didn't have this in the notes, but while we're talking about it, didn't we get some news about that Yu-Gi-Oh like video game collection that's coming out?
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
It
Yu-Gi-Oh! The Early
exists.
Days collection is up.
They have not announced all the games that are going to be on it.
Okay.
They've only announced
That's good.
2 games. One of
This
them,
Duelist of the Roses one.
no. So we don't know. Most people are speculating it's just going to be Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, Yu-Gi-Oh. It could be whatever.
They
Uh,
should go. They should go all the way. Go all out. Like,
yeah,
just go ahead and drop all them shits. Unless
right.
there's the promise of like, okay, this is the mobile. Well, not mobile. This is the handheld collection, and then this is the console collection.
That's what I'm
I'm
saying. But then, like,
I'm with
okay,
that.
so you could do that because they have a bunch of Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance games that are practically like similar to what
Yes.
Forbidden Memories were like in the aspect of like it doesn't play like actual Yu-Gi-Oh, but it was still a lot of fun. Um,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
like Game Boy Advance kind of like actually got the Yu-Gi-Oh games down. And then when you go
Kind
to
of,
like
sort
play,
of. I feel like
yeah,
some of them also were like a lot of. This is the thing about a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh games. A lot of them want to iterate on the card game in and of itself to
yeah,
make it work. And a lot of those, I'm guessing, like for the most part, you're more so playing the computer more than humans. There was no online, and
right. I mean,
maybe you had a link cable.
I think you could link cable. Don't quote us on that.
Yeah, right. Like maybe you had a link cable to be able to do it.
But I don't know how many of your friends would actually have the Yu-Gi-Oh game instead of just playing the card game itself in person.
Yeah.
But if they did do like a GBC, GBA split game, and then a like PlayStation game where they had Forbidden Memories, the Duel of the
Duels of the
Roses,
Roses. Yeah.
Duels of the Roses, and then they had a GX game that was also pretty good because it had a dating sim inside of it.
I need Bandai to be taking notes because that sounds like exactly what I need for Naruto. Like I need
Ooh.
the like handheld GBA DS era Naruto
Anton,
game.
What are you talking about? Other Naruto games don't exist.
No, I
There's
need.
Ninja.
No, we
Look,
need.
I will take
we-
Ultimate Ninja
no.
Heroes.
Yeah,
Like,
we need
they could
the
run
we
the
need the
block on that again.
GameCube.
Also, nope. Ultimate Ninja Heroes or whatever. Nope.
We need
That
Clash
was
of
Xbox
Ninja.
360 game.
Oh
Nope.
fuck, what was that shit called?
Oh god damn!
Naruto was. Fuck. What was
No,
that shit called?
What
Uzumaki
was it?
Chronicles was
There
one of them.
was. What was the
I
one that
think it
you
was
like,
Uzumaki
actually?
Chronicles.
There were
What was the
more than one. There was
RPG?
Broken Destiny, I think it was called.
What was the RPG Naruto game? Because that one was cool. 'Cause you like
Ninja
actually go.
Council, right?
Yes.
I think.
Yes. Was it?
Because
Either
the
way.
Xbox one, you play through up until the end of the Chunin exams, and
There-
you actually run and do missions as Naruto and shit.
Oh,
Alright.
that might be the same thing.
Well,
It had like a versus
Storm
mode in it, but like
has
the other
that.
characters really weren't that
Great.
good because it was based on Naruto.
Yeah.
Like it was a single player game. Like
Yeah.
that was its purpose.
Yeah.
it's
I
like
remember
a
like
Dragon Ball Z Kakarot of.
yeah.
of Naruto.
Like it was really good.
With a decent enough built-in versus mode.
All right, this.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot.
Decent
Wikipedia
enough.
got dark mode now. We cooking.
Hey, where
So
are you?
I am on the Wikipedia page for the list of Naruto video games.
Oh boy, here we
And,
go.
Yeah, it's
They
a
don't
longer
exist,
page.
Anton. Those are all lies.
They're all lies.
Propaganda, fake news, vicious slander.
So let's see. We got Clash of Ninja on GameCube. Clash
Solid.
of Ninja 2 on GameCube.
Also
that
solid.
was my shit.
Yeah, that shit goes hard.
She had this exploding fucking substitution jutsu. I would spam
True.
the fuck out of that shit.
That was the one that you could actually switch like moves between each character too. So you could like
characters
because it was
actually
like
had
it took like the Budokai where you instead of like the capsules you pick the scrolls and you could change between each character.
Oh yeah.
Shit was that was
Yeah.
peak Naruto video games.
Clash of Ninja 2, like I still have that on GameCube in the back. On like
Valid.
We need to get you a
Valid.
GameCube ASAP.
Man, I see people
Get me a
oftentimes talk
GameCube.
about the GameCube not needing the handle.
I
but
see a
I think-
GameCube, but does it work?
Yes.
Okay, then we
All
need to
my
just give you a
systems work.
HDMI adapter, and we need to run some Clash of Ninja 2.
Or
And you can use the handle to carry that bitch on out because the handle is S tier. It's necessary.
Nintendo was making
facilitates
portable.
fun.
Yes, Nintendo was making portable consoles before it was time.
Just tote that bitch.
you realize the
It's
Game
easy to
Boy
tote.
came out before the GameCube.
Which one?
The Game Boy?
Yeah. I know
predates
that.
the Game
I'm
Boy.
not,
I'm
not talking about.
for one nigga at best.
Yeah, but I'm not
You
talking
feel
about
me?
like
The GameCube.
handhelds. I'm not talking about handheld consoles. I'm talking about consoles that you can take on the go.
Portable consoles.
Bam.
Ergonomic consoles.
The GameCube's before its time. It was the beginning of the Switch.
All right. So we haven't made it past GameCube. So there were 4 Clash of Ninja games on GameCube. 2 of them were Japan exclusive. Then there were, looks like, 2 Clash of Ninja Revolution games on the Wii. No, wait, make that 3.
Did not play those.
And then there was a Japan exclusive one. And then, so here's where we're getting into what I really need. Naruto Ninja Council. I need Ninja.
Was that the PS2 one?
No, those were the Game Boy Advance ones. Into
Ninja Council?
DS, yeah. There were.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I need a collection of those because those hit.
Yeah.
Like especially
Yeah,
Ninja Council 2. Like I have a very nostalgic, like, place in my heart for Ninja Council 2.
As you should.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't have a DS, so I didn't really get into it. And then
Well,
at that point, my
1
Game
and
Boy
2 were
Advance was like
GBA, and then
yeah. It was a Final Fantasy machine for me at that point. And Pokemon, of course.
makes sense. Yeah,
Mm.
I was playing more Naruto games than Final Fantasy games on my Game Boy. I did have Final Fantasy IV Advance, but that wasn't like.
Speak right there.
Yeah, but that wasn't like. I still don't think to this day I've finished Final Fantasy IV, and I had it on Game Boy Advance and DS.
Oh.
And now I have it on Steam and fucking PlayStation. And Switch, potentially. No, I don't think I have a collection on Switch. But yeah, so then we had Ninja Destiny, 2 of which we got in North America. 1 was exclusive to Japan. So, like, all of these, we just need.
Okay, we can't forget about the PS2 games, the Ultimate Ninja.
I'm going down. So, we got Path of the Ninja. After Ninja Destiny, we got Path of the Ninja. That could be a collection. Then we got Uzumaki Chronicles 1 and 2. Those were on PS2. And
Okay.
we could do a collection of those 2.
Yep.
Then we're getting into Ultimate Ninja on PS2, which we got 3 of those, which could be a collection. But what would really be peak is if they also added in. Oh no, wait, we got 5. Yeah, we got 5 Ultimate Ninja games on PS2 and 3 Ultimate Ninja Heroes games on PSP. And so if they would do a collection with all of those, that would be really like. Because I know they've done the Ultimate Ninja Storm collection that has Storm 1 through 4.
Right.
But
Yeah, like, come on, quit selling us fucking Storm. The
Right.
same shit with more characters. It's like the more characters you put in, the less each character is able to produce.
True.
so the ones y'all were talking about earlier, there was Rise of the Ninja for Xbox 360, and then there was
That was
Naruto the Broken Bond for Xbox
Was it
360.
Rise of the Ninja?
The Broken Bond, was that the sequel to it?
No, it was a whole
Or just
Oh
different.
something else?
yeah, it was Rise of the.
It was Rise of the Ninja for sure was the one I was talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
that one
Ubisoft
is
one.
good. That's
Oh
crazy.
man!
Ubisoft.
Oh man!
It was the first
Yeah,
Naruto
yeah.
game released on the Xbox 360. It was the first Naruto game developed by a non-Japanese company, and
Yeah,
it
yeah.
includes non-canon content.
And it was fucking fantastic.
It,
I had a good
that shit
ass
was actually
time.
that shit was actually good. I'm looking at
Yeah,
the score, Metacritic 78%, but 4.1 out of 5 at GameStop, 8.2 at IGN.
I had a fun ass time playing Rise of the
It was
Ninja.
fun. My only problem with it is that it stopped at the after the tuning exams. Like after
Yeah, yeah,
Naruto beats Guard, like that was just the end of it. I'm like, man,
that
fuck.
was the final fight. That shit was a good fight though.
Well,
It
Naruto
was.
the
It
Broken
was.
Bond, it wasn't like a sequel, but it also was a Ubisoft Xbox 360 Naruto game, and that at least goes up to the end of regular Naruto. Because you
The
got
fact that
Curse
you could
Mark,
run around this
you got the
entire
Valley of
city
the
was
End
crazy.
on the cover, so.
Yeah, that was a fun ass game.
Oh no, why are they trying to? No, I'm not trying to play this right now.
If you got an up and running Xbox 360 emulator on you, you can let me know.
Can you play?
Damn, actually, GameStop gave this one a 4.6 out of
Can
5.
you log
Stop or
into your
spot?
Xbox right now?
Stop.
Like
GameStop.
if you had an Xbox 360 per se.
I think
Which
I
I
do
do.
have one just in my.
I know I
in
got
my-
one. I'm looking at it.
You could. All right, here we go. We had news stories and shit, but now I'm on eBay.
I found one at Goodwill because it's an Xbox 360.
Well, no, I'm talking about getting these games. All right,
Oh.
so it's looking like 20
How
bucks
much
for
is
Rise
that?
of the Ninja.
Okay, that's not terrible.
They have this.
Oh, I wouldn't
these are
recommend playing
French.
it. I would not recommend playing it right now. I would not. In today's climate, at the time, yeah.
I mean, if you want to like,
I know that bitch is dated. And honestly, Boruto pulled some mechanics from that game, or maybe just Naruto games in general have some of those mechanics.
I will say,
Playing Boruto Strikers, I was like, yeah.
Why is Naruto the Broken Bond on Xbox 360 going for over $200?
it's not rare.
Well,
Fire.
you could get it complete in box for $50. So
So it's not
Complete
$250.
inbox.
no, these are the sealed copies that are going.
Oh yeah, but retro games sealed are just ridiculous.
Yeah, just because it's sealed don't mean that shit's about to work.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
I mean, if you are buying $200 sealed
No,
games
but
to
yeah, if you're
open them
buying a
and
sealed
try
game, you're not opening it. That's the thing.
right.
It's an art piece.
Honestly, complete in box games are art pieces. Got Final
I have
Fantasy
plenty of
6
them.
right there.
I have plenty of.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you actually know that?
Yeah, it's not sealed.
I
I've
have a
opened
sealed-
it and held the cartridge.
I think I have a sealed.
You might as well plug that
oh,
bitch
wait.
into something at that point.
Well,
For audio listeners, Chris is pulling something out.
yeah. He's
large.
scooted away.
Oh, it's thick too.
Is
Is it white?
it white?
Oh, there's a lot. Okay. Wow, he's showing us the head. All right.
The sealed
And
one.
there's the body. Oh, okay. See two white faces.
Chris,
some
you
red
need to
locks.
explain what you're saying because Madrid's making it sound like you're showing your dick.
Hers. It's long and strong.
So for actual audio listeners, Chris has pulled out
I'm
a
showing
sealed
the,
copy of Final Fantasy IX for PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not anything
Damn.
special because they
That
literally
bitch got me
re-released it.
nostalgic, and I didn't even play that one.
Yeah.
But I did look at that fucking copy at that cover like fuck.
I have a
Yeah.
complete in box black label Final Fantasy VII. It's not sealed or anything, but
That's still sick.
yeah.
I'm not going back to all my complete in boxes, but they're
Yeah,
all.
like,
Yeah, they're back there.
oh, you gotta set up a bookshelf, Chris,
I fucking okay. I don't. For video listeners,
for video
I put up
watchers.
these. You could probably, yeah. You gotta watch this. I got some pink motherfucker things. It's like the insulation. It's the insulation you need to put up drywall in a basement because it gets wet in a basement because you're underground.
Right.
Ugg had to go downstairs because we had some guests over. It started thundering and she fucking scratched through all of them, so they all have to be replaced.
Damn.
So sad because they were not cheap.
Right.
Damn.
But I am starting to work on the basement, which will inevitably be working on a studio for us and video essays and whatever we want
Yep.
because it's us.
Piped up.
We out here.
Cheesy boys
More to
in the
come
building.
2025.
Cheesy
'Cause
boys
we're-
at Chris's house.
It's a building, so we're in the building.
Yeah.
So I know we talked about Yu-Gi-Oh! Or no, I know we talked about a lot about Naruto. I did want to go back to Yu-Gi-Oh! Just because the two games that were announced were a Game Boy Color game, Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters 4, Battle of the Great Duelist, and then Game Boy Advance game, Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters 6, Expert 2. Duel Monsters 4, Battle of the Great Duelist was previously released in English, but Duel Monsters 6 Expert 2 was only released in Japan. So this is the first time we are getting this in America, which is sick.
Like, I'm all for companies deciding to sell us their old shit that they never deemed
Released here.
necessary to sell us previously, or at least give it a proper release with like
Yeah. I'm
like actual translations.
yeah. I definitely am more so here for the shit they did release and be able to purchase it at a decent price. Because I could tell you like Duel of the Rose isn't cheap. I mean, isn't worth what it's worth. Anton can honestly probably look it up since he was just on eBay. But
I
like
closed that tab.
Forbidden Memories, I think the last time I saw it was like almost $50. And you could probably find it, but that's in a game store, and that's where I like to buy like old retro games because I want to support local businesses. But
Yeah.
like this
Did you ever
shit,
play that? Did you ever play that Beyblade game on PlayStation?
Yeah, I
no.
have.
But
one.
I did. I had a friend that had it. I've seen it. I want to get
Oh,
it.
I'm sure that game fucking sucks, but it looked
Probably.
so cool at the time. But I'm sure like the mechanics were like,
The one game. Do you remember the other card game that
Dark
Cartoon Network
Duel
tried to push?
Stories complete in box is $10.
which one?
Dark Duel. Oh, I never actually played that one.
Game Boy Color one. What was the one y'all wanted to know?
Oh, Duelist of the Roses.
Yeah,
I think
Duelist
that's
of the
what it
Roses.
is. Yu-Gi-Oh.
PS2,
Yeah.
Yeah.
$20.
Okay, that's not terrible. A dual
Ooh.
disc though.
I guess because it's like you're not. What? That's just like an RTS, really, right?
It's
it
like a
came with
strategy
cards?
game.
Maybe not an RTS, but like a it did come with cards.
What I did like about it, and I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories did the same thing, but Duelist Roses did it better, was you could like once you would two monsters attacked, if you attacked another monster, you could press like select button and it would take you to this 3D realm where they like showed you the attack.
That shit.
It was fucking
That shit
cool.
That shit was so fucking cool. I shudder to look at it now. But
But
I'm thinking
Yeah.
about the Hitachi giant just
be like,
being all blocky
honestly-
and shit, moving slow as fuck for just a weak ass.
it probably looks terrible now, but it was the
Hell yeah.
coolest thing when I was like 12 years old.
So fucking cool. And that, oh my god, I still think about that music. That shit was so good.
Man. Yeah, Duelist of the Roses, while it wasn't a traditional Yu-Gi-Oh game, it
Right.
did things that
It
were
had
like
it
it
had
had a
the
solid
it had the
story
style.
too.
It had the style,
It
and
was just you
probably.
trying to go up against Kaiba. Yeah, it was cool. I remember that game being cool. I
So I'm
was sad
hoping this.
that
Oh, go ahead.
I was nah, it doesn't matter. I kind of lost my train of thought.
All
But
right,
yeah,
but yeah, I'm
Well,
just
hoping
while
that
hoping
we're
this
this
talking
like
about
collections
these
hit.
yeah,
old,
exactly.
obscure anime video games, we have modern,
Modern.
contemporary
Okay,
video games.
let's talk about it.
So, Evo
Uh-huh.
finished up last night. That's why we are recording late this week because we wanted to actually watch Evo because a lot of our news this week is coming directly out of Evo. Especially since Jalen's not here to talk about the one story I added in here for Jalen. So, Evo wrapped up last night, and we got a lot of announcements out of it. Like, I sent Chris the video before recording of all the
Mhm.
trailers, and I actually learned some interesting things over the course of watching Evo, like seeing a lot of these announcements live, realizing I missed like a whole day's worth of trailers just because I wasn't paying attention.
Huh.
But yeah, Evo. The biggest thing to me personally is that Guilty Gear is getting its first guest character ever with Lucy from
It
Studio
was a
Trigger's
leak.
Cyberpunk Edge Runners, available now on
Yes,
Netflix
That's cool.
to burn
available
your
now on
retinas out.
Netflix. Yeah, that shit's so good. Yo, I'm honestly, I saw that leak after people like Trashboat was in the channel talking about it, and I was like, yeah, I just want, if they got Venom and Jam, I'm good. And he was like, well, there's no Jam on it, and I'm like, okay, so Venom's confirmed. Cool, cool, cool. And I'm like, Emma, I'm like, it like Dizzy has to be coming, right? And yeah, Dizzy announcement. And then I saw Lucy. I was like, Lucy, the fuck? I'm like, everything else on here seems so real, and then you just have Lucy from Cyberpunk literally just stitched onto,
Yeah,
onto the
like
fucking profile. And I'm like, this has to be fake, right? At least that part has to be. You have to be fucking with me. It's inspired, but you have to be fucking with me. Turns out they were not fucking with me. They're inspired. And I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. Arc System Works, Studio Trigger, they're the same. They do the same. It's
right, yeah, like that.
the same.
You see so much Studio Trigger in Guilty Gear that it's crazy. Like the 3D
Yeah.
animation to make like 2D, like it not
Yeah.
looking
Yeah.
3D, but
Yeah. Because even before like my earlier experiences with they give me that same type of feeling. Like watching Gurren Lagann, watching Kill la Kill, playing Guilty Gear, Guilty Gear Midnight Carnival, playing Guilty Gear Rev. I'm like, wow, these give me the same feelings. And to have them finally, well, they've come together before, but to have them come together again like this, and throw CD Project Red in there because it's their character. Because they own the IP. But,
it's crazy
yes.
though that like I didn't realize Guilty Gear had never had a guest character before because like guest characters at
Yeah,
this point feel like standard fare in fighting games,
for sure.
and
For sure.
for it to be this inspired of a first guest character, like
Yeah. They've had a few characters go out. Well, I say a few, but I know for sure that Biking has at least gone to Samurai Showdown. Um, so they've had people leave, but now
bringing somebody into the fold, and somebody who's not even like is heavily associated with video games, but isn't a video game character.
Not a video game character, an anime character, an anime based on a video game, based on a set of stories in card game.
Yeah, a
tabletop
tabletop RPG from the 90s. But yeah, so for me, that was the biggest announcement. We already knew Terry was coming to Street Fighter, but we got to see a look at him in game.
Uh-huh.
I know Heihachi is like a big deal. He came out the volcano looking like Steve Harvey.
Dead!
But
dead! It wasn't even a full fucking season. They're like, nah, not dead.
Right.
Like, oh, Bison's back, and he was dead. Guess what? I can be back too. Comes out all mustache, baby.
All mustache, baby.
Well, like the announced trailer for him, I thought they were going to introduce like a new, like
Heihachi type.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean the trailer was cool. I actually missed it because I hopped in the shower. like right before I was in the shower, I was like, oh fuck, Tekken's coming on in like 5 minutes. And I'm like, oh, maybe they'll save the announcement. I'm like, no, they're not.
No, they're not.
And then I just see Heihachi's not dead. I'm like, oh, okay. We could have milked it a little longer, but fuck it. There's no way Heihachi is not in Tekken 8.
But yeah, so he's not dead. Coming to Tekken 8. Grand Blue, we got a new character announcement that I'm sure is very important in Grand Blue Prime. I have no idea who this person is. I've never seen them before in my life. And I actually played Grand Blue Prime, so...
Never. Nope, not nary one.
It is a very Grand
Blue...
But
that music for that, like, during that section of the trailer, that shit was good. I don't know if it really fit, like, being in a fighting game, but man, that shit was smooth as hell. That's like some good-ass menu music.
Hey, speaking of good-ass menu music... We also, I'm going to scroll so I can get the actual news, got a new character announcement for Under Night In-Birth 2. So apparently that has like 4 characters being added to it. So we're getting more new Under Night characters in this game than we got over the course of the last 3 Under Night games.
Yeah, Under Nights, yeah. Yeah, they're really about it. Maybe this is an actual new game.
Yeah, it is.
maybe it is truly a sequel. And not just a new assortment of letters.
Well, there also is a new assortment of letters, but...
Yeah, I'm not denying that, and I never will. Because they be assorting some fucking letters for no reason.
But yeah, so that I might actually get this game in the near future. I don't know. I felt like because I got Clur on Steam, and I was like, oh yeah, I might really get into this. But I feel like fighting games have been so good, like that tier of fighting game, which is also really good, is just not getting played. Because we have Street Fighter 6, we have Tekken,
we have to do groupthink with it, you know, and just get probably about 5 of us like, all right, y'all, we got to do it.
I'm down. Like, put my name on the list of those 5 to make it happen. But I'm also always down to play like Blaze Blue Cross Tag or Persona 4 Arena.
I do have Persona 4. I do have Persona 4 Arena. I can't say that. I do got Ultimax. But somehow, some way, I still don't have Guilty Gear.
You still don't have Strive? That's Chris. Don't you have Strive?
No,
You don't have Guilty Gear Strive?
no. I got Persona 4 Arena that none of us ever played.
Radic and I were playing that for like a solid minute.
Really?
By a solid minute, less than a week. But
Yeah,
See?
when it came out, I played it for at least
yeah, we had a couple
Couple
online
days.
Hour.
lobbies going for that game.
Oh.
yeah.
That's interesting.
I keep it
Fair enough.
installed just in, like certain Undernight, Skullgirls, Persona 4 Arena.
Yeah, you want to
But-
keep the fighting games installed.
Yeah, they just stay there. They live there.
They're not big. Also, they're good for a big crowd.
Guilty
I
Gear
think-
now is gonna stay because like every time I delete Guilty Gear, Evo comes around and I reinstall Guilty Gear. So
Well, I mean, I know you said you were reinstalling for Lucy. I'm like, they said 2025.
yeah, but they put
Shit.
Elfit in that game. I downloaded it, bought Elfit, played like a match, and then so
Yeah, I mean,
they
shit,
brought my actual main back to that game.
they've literally added pretty much all the characters I like. Literally, Jam is probably the only other character I want at this point outside of like Zappa, which it would be. I just want to see how they would do that and how weird it could be. Because if you if you know anything about Guilty Gear, check out the character Zappa. That shit is he is a man that's possessed by multiple ghosts, and he's not actually fighting. His body is just being fucking whipped
Manipulated.
around like a fucking toy. And it is just the most insane shit.
Oh yeah, I'm
And
looking.
Jam, Kung Fu Girl, fine Kung Fu Girl. Like that's it. That is it. That's all I needed to be. But we have Giovanna, so there's that. But yeah,
But yeah,
he's
you
actually
need to
good at
get Guilty Gear. You were like
I
the
keep-
Guilty
I keep
Gear.
waiting for them to like either do a super sale on the one that has like all the characters now, or
No, what you need to do is just get the base game, because that'll be on super sale consistently, and then you
Yeah,
wait
yeah.
on the sales
I
on
think
the
the basic
DLC
game now
packs.
comes with at least
the first
first
season. Yeah,
season.
I think so.
That's cool.
which would pretty much have me covered. But at this point, we're on season 2 or 3.
3.
We're on season 3 going into season 4, and I'm like, there's at least a character or two out of each of those that I would want. So I kind of just need the whole thing. I need the whole thing, and that's
So-
my problem. So I get decision paralysis essentially.
So I'm
And
looking
then-
at it on PlayStation Store
That
right
is
now.
fair.
For $20, it looks like you can get the base game and the first season. And for $20, I think that alone
Okay.
is worth it.
Yeah, that's a good entry point. But as soon as I buy that, though, they're gonna come out with the new deluxe edition, with the new bundle of seasons 1 through 3
Oh wait, hang on.
for
That
like
might
35.
just be the base game for 20.
Yeah, like
And so they only have 2 editions available for
Hmm.
sale digitally.
the Daredevil edition. That's in my wish list. Trust me.
Oh no. Whatever edition that is gone.
What?
There is now the Guilty Gear Strive Blazing Edition.
Was that replace the Daredevil edition?
I guess so. It seems like that comes with seasons 1 through 4.
Oh, 1 through 4. Okay. How
Yeah.
much is that? Like,
90.
yeah, like 80, 90. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, even for 90, like I have season 1, so I just need season 2. Really, I could just piecemeal the ones I want, which is kind of what I've been doing after the first season.
Yeah, it's like anytime I want to do that, though, I end up wanting those other characters, and then I'm like, it's gonna be more expensive if I end up piecemealing them all.
Yeah. So
Because I'm not a fucking fighting game player. I'm not about to sit here. I'm like, oh no, I only play. I got 900 hours on fucking Johnny. I'm like, no, no. I'm gonna have a bunch of 30 minutes on everybody type shit, and then like 4 hours on biking, and yeah, that's just gonna be what it is.
I think I'm only missing the season 3. Let me log in and see if all I'm
Cause
missing.
fuck, dude, I'm gonna want to play. I'm gonna want to play Abba. I'm gonna want to play Slayer. I don't remember who else was this season.
You say those names and 0 images pop into my head. So
Abba got a big ass key, and Slayer is a dandy vampire.
okay.
Oh, yeah.
PlayStation's giving me too much resistance on the web store. I'm just gonna look on the app.
Daredevil edition. Oh, I guess Blazing edition. Do they still do Evo sales? Like, what's up with that?
Yeah, that's the base game being 20 right now is in the Evo sale thing. Like, seasons. Let me see. We're gonna go to add-ons.
Oh,
No.
yeah.
We're going to go
Mm-hmm.
look at this, and we're gonna do this. All right. See, I have Jacko. I don't know if that was season 1 or 2.
Jacko run one strive. Shouts out to Nitro. We have 4 black champions at Evo this year. 4. Count them.
Out of how many? Because there weren't that many. 6 games total? The majority of the champions?
I think there might be 8 games.
I still have.
Yeah. It's lit.
So let me see.
Sure.
Because I know Street Fighter 6. Okay, so
Punk won Street Fighter 6 with Cammy. Sonic Fox won Mortal Kombat.
okay.
I think he was using Homelander. Damn, I just saw his name. Aaron DeMack won. Was it Grand Blue? Yes. Yes.
Nitro won Guilty Gear. I know that.
And Nitro won Guilty Gear.
Yeah, Sonic. I'm looking at this.
And then, of course, Arslan Ash won Tekken.
Yeah.
For the 5th time at Evo. For the 5th time.
Damn.
5-time Evo champion on Tekken. That's legendary.
Yeah. That he's
Yeah.
like the fact that we have this entire new class of like Evo legends is like inspiring because like
Mhm.
for the longest it was like Justin Wong and like
Yeah.
Maximilian Dude and like but now we have like Sonic Fox and we have Arslan Ash and we have Nitro and
This was
Punk,
the first
like-
time Punk winning Street Fighter was the first time an Americans won Street Fighter in like a decade. No, 20
Oh,
years.
Yeah, over 20 years since the
Over
last
20
time
years.
American won Street Fighter.
That's pretty sick.
That's insane.
I saw, like, because I was in the Rupees Discord for this, because our server was, like, surprisingly dead. But then I went over to the Rupee server. I'm like, oh, even the people that would be here are over here, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
in there for chaos. Yeah, I might just have to cop that Guilty Gear Strive for the dub.
I just have to do it.
See if you got some PlayStation Stars points to put towards that.
Oh yeah, it is back.
Yep. I feel like I said something when it came back.
I think you did. Because you're the only one who probably knew that it was back.
Oh yeah, I was
Nah,
waiting. Like when they had they were
I heard
slowly rolling it out globally. Because I had points, I had free money waiting for me. So yeah, I was waiting for it to come back.
Right.
And was very glad that it was tracking my progress while it was down.
Which is crazy, but I guess makes sense.
Yeah,
When
I
did I
mean,
go
all
check
they have to
PlayStation
do is be
Stars?
like, how many trophies did you get between
Right.
this date and this date? Like, it's not super deep statistics. I'm just glad, so I guess, see, it doesn't tell me when it started this tracking because it's saying I have 296 trophies rare or higher. But I don't know if that's since level 1 of PlayStation Stars, or I don't know if that's since the year restarted. I don't think it's since the year restarted. I haven't gotten 200 trophies this year.
Yeah.
Dog, Jujutsu Kaisen Curse Class is a full price video game.
Fuck that.
Actually, the deluxe edition is cheaper than the standard edition right now.
How?
Because they'll, a lot of times they'll discount, the higher dollar editions to try and, be like,
Ultimate edition is still $10. I mean, $100. I'm sorry.
oh.
Terrible.
But yeah, with a lot of these games that have the deluxe and then the gold and then the super duper whatever edition, a lot of times it'll be the one just above the base one that'll go on sale most consistently, and it won't be the cheapest one and it won't be the most expensive one, because a lot of times the most expensive one comes with digital currency of some kind, and they don't want people buying that at a discount.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Under Nice 25.
Under Night 2.
Solace.
Oh yeah, it is.
Cicelis. Oh my god! Why would you assemble those two? Why would you make that? Why would you name it that? Oh, I guess
Look.
it is called Under Night in Birth 2. That
Yeah.
2 is that shit is not. You do not see that bitch.
I remember
you look at the
noticing it
actual
when they
title.
announced that game. I was somewhere and they announced. I was like, "Oh, it's a new Under Night. Oh, it's actually a new Under Night." That
Yeah, there's
UI in that game is still garbage. I will say
big
that.
titty gun girl. I might have to.
You might have to Guilty Gear before you Under Night, because you're going to be the only person with Under Night, and then you're going to regret getting it more than you'd regret getting Guilty Gear, because
Don't underestimate my ability to push an agenda.
is the Guilty Gear agenda not just your agenda?
That's all I'm saying. Well, Guilty Gear is only 20, so that's the easier sell to whoever doesn't have it right now.
It's not wrong.
I shouldn't be looking at this.
No, you're going to be spending too much money.
All right,
Can't
let
do
me get some more of these announcements cleared out. Samurai Jack and Beetlejuice are coming to Multiverses, so
Yep.
Nice.
that is what
Hey,
it is.
Nobody
I just
plays
love
it
seeing
anymore.
Samurai Jack in just everywhere.
Yeah,
He
everywhere.
deserves it. As a character, as a concept. Yeah.
Love Samurai Jack.
We got a shadow drop of SNK versus Capcom SVC Chaos. So we just got a shadow drop of that on Steam,
Yeah.
and as of today,
Do not care.
it came out on PS4 and Switch.
Do not care.
And that is also only $20. But the reason I'm really want to talk about it is because Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection is coming to PC, Switch, and PlayStation. And they kind of had the excuse, at this point it's more of a trend. Like the first time it was like, okay, they have the excuse that the empty framework that Capcom, like MVC, was developed on, they'd have to like build new tools to get it to work on like the current gen Xboxes. That's all
Right.
fine, well and good. This SNK game was developed by SNK, and MT Framework is Capcom Tech. So this game is like, I'm not sure what engine it's developed on, but it's definitely not developed on the same engine as Marvel vs. Capcom. And this also isn't coming to Xbox. So,
But this game is already on Xbox. It's just the 2003 version re-released to modern consoles. SNK versus Capcom Chaos is a 2003 game, re-released on modern console,
right.
except for Xbox.
So,
The mass majority, what I've seen, because I did this research, I before this podcast, even on like Friday, no one is talking about the fact that SNK versus Capcom Chaos is not coming to Xbox, except for some people on Reddit and some people
so
on Twitter.
wait. This so the OG Xbox version of this game is backwards compatible?
No, unfortunately, it
Oh, so
doesn't
it's
make
not
sense,
on Xbox.
but it is on an Xbox. Just,
That is the worst argument.
I mean, no, hold
I'm
on,
sitting here, I'm like
just
giving you
like,
the benefit. I'm like looking
but
into
just like
this.
this game isn't technically on PS5, it's just backwards compatible for the PS. The PS5 is just backwards
Right,
compatible
so it's
to the PS4.
playable on a modern. It's just not playable on a modern Xbox.
Right. But no one is talking about this game. No one gives a fuck about this game. People have talked about the fact that the Marvel vs. Capcom collection is the framework isn't compatible to modern consoles, and that's why it's not on PS5 or Xbox, but it's backwards compatible to the PS4, and that's why PS5 is getting it. It's not because there's a PS5 version, it's because it's backwards
Right, but
compatible to the
there's not
PS4 version.
even going to be an Xbox One version, which
Who
is
gives a
where.
fuck about the Xbox One? Really? No one bought the Xbox One. The Xbox One couldn't outsell a goddamn Wii U.
I
I
think the
would.
Xbox One did outsell the Wii U.
That's surprising because Xbox One was way worse than the Wii U.
It probably took a while for him to
No,
do that.
Xbox One was decent. I'll give
It's
Xbox.
okay. There was no games on it. I mean, no games that Xbox made. There were games that other people made that are on it.
Right, but so the argument right now is SVC Chaos, the new version. No version is playable on a current gen Xbox. It is
No.
playable on the current gen PCs, Switch, and PlayStation, just not
Right.
Xbox. And
Right.
that's where the problem is. Because it'd
Yeah.
be one thing if, like, oh, that's really cool. The OG Xbox version's backwards compatible. You can play it on your Series X. You can boost the resolution, HDR,
Right.
do all that fun stuff. That'd be
My-
one thing. But that is not like, yes, Xbox even Series is not selling well, but it's not helping their case when games like this are just skipping the
Yeah, but this one
platform
doesn't
entirely.
matter as much as like Marvel vs. Capcom collection. Nowhere near as much.
True.
But
But
it doesn't make sense.
Do
It
y'all
doesn't.
think they're gonna come at some point and they're
It's
just
got
like,
no.
this one has to because this one is literally the only reason why this came to America in the first place is because it was an Xbox exclusive. It didn't come to PlayStation back in the day. It only came to Xbox. It doesn't make sense why this game isn't on Xbox. It doesn't make sense why Xbox hasn't made this backwards compatible in the first place. Like Microsoft has made so many things backwards compatible, like this one doesn't make sense to me because I can't find any information on anybody being mad or saying any reason why or anything about it because people like Polygon, The Verge, GameSpot, the fucking PC whatever article will like write an article about anything, and no one has talked about this game SNK versus Capcom not coming to Xbox. No one's saying anything except some dude on Reddit
Wait, wasn't
made
it
one
on
post.
Wii back in the day?
Maybe. I don't know.
That
Or was that a.
I know there was a SNK. No, there was a Capcom versus Tatsunoko.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking
That
of.
that was for
Yeah,
sure on
SNK
Wii.
versus Xbox came out on PS2 in Japan, Neo Geo, arcade game,
Yeah,
Microsoft
I
Windows,
mean,
and X.
honestly, this is kind of one of those where people don't care about. Like this, I mean,
Yeah, it's like
this isn't the SMK versus Capcom game that I would fucking care about.
it's like Trash Boat said. This game had its problems back in the day. No one cares. But Marvel
I mean,
vs.
I've
Capcom 2
seen a lot of
is a
excitement
hyped.
around it.
Well,
Sure.
good
Not
for
as
them.
much
Yeah,
excitement
because it's game
around Marvel
preservation. At the
vs.
end of the
Cap.
day, it is game preservation, and game preservation is good. And bringing games that are old, that are hard to find, to all of the consoles that you're currently playing is a fantastic thing, and people should keep on doing it continuously.
Okay,
Always do it. But what it's weird to me that it's getting no coverage. Marvel vs. Capcom collection
Because people
is
don't
getting
care.
coverage,
Like this is
and
one game
it's
as opposed
literally
to
the
that
framework
collection.
problem. Yeah, like I could see Capcom not putting time into not putting Marvel vs. Capcom collection on Xbox One because it didn't sell consoles and probably no one's using it because it's like a fucking overpriced paperweight at this point. But not putting it on Xbox Series and then PS5 natively makes sense. That like the framework doesn't work. But it does work on PS4, and that's why PS5 can get it for the Marvel vs. Capcom collection. So there's that argument there. How they make that work, I don't know. Will they make that work? Probably not, because PS5 players can get it, and that's the mass majority of people who have consoles, minus the people who have Switch and Steam, and then Xbox players are just without because they haven't made a reason for Capcom to give a fuck about trying hard to put their shit on their console.
Luckily, this collection is coming to Switch.
It is, and it's also coming to PlayStation, and it's coming to Steam, where most people are going to buy it. And like Anton's argument is like it's a continuous trend why nothing is coming to Xbox. Like third party games aren't coming to Xbox because there is no argument to put games on Xbox.
Yeah, they probably
And
don't want
so,
to be. They probably don't want to be voluntold to fucking get on Game Pass.
well, I mean, you don't even have to do that. Like you can put your game on Xbox, but that is another reason. That is a big argument is that Xbox over the last 4 years of since Xbox Series X has been out, is they have sold X Game Pass to the point to where
Honestly,
Xbox players only want to get games off of Game Pass and they
yeah,
don't want
right.
to buy
They've
games.
trained their audience not to buy
that's.
games.
I was about to say that's my
Yeah,
point. I'm wondering, like, are people buying games on Xbox? Like, are they actually going out? Or
no,
I
maybe not going
am
out, but like
kinda
barely,
downloading
right.
it, purchasing
barely.
games for their Xbox. Does that happen?
No, it
Yes.
doesn't. I mean,
Oh, games.
barely.
So games, even things like Call of Duty, when they broke down their like platform stats, it was like 40% PC, 40% PlayStation, 20% Xbox.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
So like
But that makes sense to the numbers of Xbox sold compared to numbers of PlayStation sold. And it's probably going to be higher now, but like they won't put out the numbers of what Game Pass is doing, and they
because
won't
it's
put out the numbers of like what each dev, like each game is getting per download for Game Pass is because they're trying to be overly secretive. And they're doing it in a shisty fucking way.
Oh
And
yeah, the
they're
FTC's on their ass for that shit.
yeah.
But let me
Well,
get
the
these
FT no,
Evo.
the FTC is on their ass for raising the price of Game Pass. They're not on their ass for how much money they're giving to the devs.
Oh
That's
yeah,
a different story.
because the FTC is for the consumer, in quotes.
But at the end of the day, it's still a good it's still a good thing for you can go and get Netflix for $22 and you get 4K Netflix with no ads. It's still less than that's more than Game Pass Ultimate, which you get on your PC and on your Xbox, and you can download as many games as on what is on that platform.
But nobody has an Xbox.
Right.
It's a
Well,
vicious
we got a
cycle
PC.
that's just kicking
It is.
Xbox's ass.
Yes.
All right, so
They need to
back
figure it
to Evo.
Yes.
King of Fighters is adding Mature and Vice to 15.
Okay.
I have no idea who either of those people are. I've seen the trailer. Cool. We got Kevin Rain, which just looks like Chris Redfield with a different hairstyle.
True.
In Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves. What else did we get?
True.
We got Hunter x Hunter Nen Impact. We got
Let's fucking go, baby. Let's
Not
fucking
so.
go.
we got the opening movie, and we got Meruem.
Not so.
Merum. Yeah.
I don't want to be I'm not an anti-Hunter x Hunter fan. That motherfucker so. It's got a
Yes.
tail with a goddamn needle in the back of it.
Chris, I don't know why you're getting upset. Everyone knows it is so.
I know how anime fans
But
can
he
be.
got a little vest though. He got a little crop vest.
He got a
In the
2, 4, 6, 8.
long earlobes.
He got an
and
8
helmet.
pack. He got an
Those
8
aren't
pack.
even long earlobes. Those are long, whatever the front part of your ear is called. Like, you look at the art, it's like, it make more sense.
It's wild.
You see what I'm talking about? It's like,
All right.
His hands got built-in gloves.
Since both of y'all are uninitiated, go watch Merum versus Netero.
Okay.
Go on YouTube and watch that, and then I'm sure you'll be like.
I mean, he's a cool-looking character. I'm just saying the tail is a little suspect. You know, it's like you can't come up with another idea.
He's the king of ants. He's a literal fucking bug.
Chimera
Okay.
Ant makes sense now.
he's
I've
a
heard Hunter x Hunter
He's a
Chimera.
Chimera ants. Whatever they eat, that enters their system and it becomes ingrained with their DNA. So each time the queen lays eggs, they pull characteristics from whatever she's consumed. So over time, as they start eating more and more advanced things, and they hit humans, it reaches the boiling point, and now you have sentient giant ants with.
Okay. See, that's all I needed.
Abilities.
That's all I needed. That explains everything. There's a scientific reason.
Yeah,
Science.
It's not just a cup out.
all science. And if you really want to get into it, chimera ants come from the Dark Continent, which we may never see animated, which we may never actually see in the manga.
Right.
Take it a step further.
Right, Chris, you could go get caught up in Hunter x Hunter, and in the time between the last chapter and the next chapter, you, like...
The next chapter might be this year.
Huh. Might.
He's been working on it. We've seen the updates.
Casually?
Yeah.
Chapter? Just a chapter?
Yeah, probably.
Damn.
For lucky. For lucky. I mean, lately they've been in chunks. Like, here's a chapter, and then a week or two later, here's a month later, here's another chapter. And this last crop wasn't just all words either. It was, I'm like, okay.
There were
might be
pictures in this manga?
There were pictures that were finished. Yeah.
It's on the app. Let's see how many chapters Hunter x Hunter is. I know chapter count is not
Like
going to be...
340 something? 60 something. It's a good little chunk.
400
but
chapters.
400 chapters.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a
Not
good
bad.
it's a good chunk. Damn, that's crazy. My Hero has more chapters than Hunter x Hunter. That's nuts.
My Hero comes out weekly though.
Hunter x Hunter came out weekly
At some
When
point
it's-
in time.
when it started.
Right, it doesn't even have dates on these chapters on the app.
No. Oh, the last 5 probably have dates on them.
Yeah. Let me see. When did they start putting dates on them? The last 10 have dates.
Okay,
All
it was
in
10.
2022.
2022. Yep. I recommend reading it or
Okay.
watching it. For sure. Like I'm like Nin Impact. Honestly, the one knock against it right now is just that the budget really ain't there. But I feel like for what they got, they're making it work.
hmm
And there was did anybody catch the exhibition?
Oh no.
No.
What was that?
But
Saturday? I think Saturday I was.
I didn't
out
catch shit
doing-
on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. None of that. I just saw Sunday.
Oh, so the exhibition must have been earlier in the day Sunday. Oh, you didn't see it?
No, I didn't
Oh,
see it.
okay.
I didn't. I didn't see it. I just saw a meme, and it was like, okay, so the meta is have Leorio on your team.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think we've covered all the Evo news, and I mean, outside of that, there wasn't too much else going on this week. The Cybertruck's coming to Rocket League and Fortnite. I kind of wanted it in Rocket League.
It is.
It probably fucking stalls out on you in Rocket League.
Damn. I don't necessarily. It's not one of those cars that's gonna make me go play Rocket League again, but it's cool. If they let you
If it
design
were
it.
free, it'd be really cool. And I highly
Yeah.
doubt you'll be able to, it's probably one of those
Yeah.
like the set cars are the set cars. Like when they added the McLaren and stuff like that. Like those
Yeah.
you don't really get to Rocket League out, you know?
You
Yeah.
don't get to sauce it up. That's whack. That's whack.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Sweet Tooth
Yeah, the
truck, and then what is it? The
Mario
Halo
stuff.
one. Yeah, the Mario stuff. It is what it is. It's fine.
All right. Well, yeah, other than that, anybody got one more thing before we wrap?
It's not a big one more thing, but I was talking about Digital Devil Saga, I believe it is. But they put the soundtrack on streaming, so if y'all want to check that out, let me make sure that's what it was. Shin Megami Tensei Digital Devil Saga. Yep. So that soundtrack is on streaming. It's pretty cool. It's smooth. It almost like the more atmospheric bits are kind of like Persona 5, like in that vein. Like they have that same kind of soundscape without going like more jazzy. I would say check it out. I'm hoping for a remaster. That would be excellent because that game seems sick.
It'll probably happen. Sega's
Mhm.
in control now, and Sega has
Yeah.
no problem re-releasing shit.
We want money. So go ahead and give us a SMT collection of at least one and two.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Persona
With-
1 and 2.
With an actual English translation of 2, because that game just doesn't. You can't play it. Please let Atlas fans finally play Atlas games. Please.
It's not gonna happen.
Like, we want to pay for it too. That's the thing.
Right.
That's okay.
I can see if we're like, no, just give it to us.
All right. Well, with that,
Alright.
remember you can follow us all collectively around the internet, cheesycontrollerpodcast.com. Chris, where can people find you?
You can find me up in the Discord.
Madrid, where can people find you?
You can catch me on Instagram at x_Spain.
All right. This has been a Know It's Good production. The video version is edited by Chris. The audio version is edited by Akuma Santi. Until next time, keep it cheesy.